isn't only a good time to tidy up your home.
Yeah, it can also be a good time to get a fresh start on your love life, especially if you've been in a relationship slump over the winter. So we asked professional matchmaker Stephanie Kluver from It's Just Lunch to share some advice. And this is fun because we know people go into hibernation mode during the winter.
Yeah, spring is like the perfect time to reboot, and everybody kind of has that spring fever. You're ready to get out and about. So why is this a good time of year?
So wintertime, everyone's staying inside.
Yes.
It's an excuse. It's cold out. They don't want to venture out into the winter. So now it's the season of renewal. So to get out there, to meet people, to find a new reason to get outside and meet someone for the spring and summer.
And you've made it easy. You actually have 5 tips to kind of help, because you need that little bit of a restart sometimes.
You do, you do.
Starting with deleting the duds, what does that mean?
Exactly. So when I meet with a client, the first thing I talk about is who are you currently talking to? A lot of people will keep flames going in their phone, text messaging threads that they're still talking to someone. It's not serious. They're not making room for that new relationship. So delete the threads, delete old contacts, someone you're no longer interested in, and meet someone else.
Because that can be hard to do that.
Right,
I know,
right. But it
I
is
know.
or it isn't. So
Right,
if it isn't, it's time to clear it out.
If you're not getting those feelings that this could be a potential partner, let's get rid of it.
Okay, so what do you mean by in with the new?
Right, so do not go on a date. So listeners, I do not want anyone on a date unless you have an outfit where you're really confident in. A pair of shoes, a wrap dress, something that makes you feel feminine or obviously masculine when you're going in and you're feeling really good. If you don't feel good, you're not going to have a good date. It's going to be a disaster.
And it doesn't have to be super dressy either.
No.
Just something you feel really good and confident in.
Right. My male clients will say, I want a girl to look feminine. So I know, the jeans and the blazer, it's fun to wear that, and you can, but men are saying dresses, skirts, and women are saying a guy with a button-down shirt and a blazer is what they want to see.
They like that. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Okay, so I kind of want to buck the stereotypes, but if that's what people are saying, I get it.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so what about this one? This one is throw away your negative thoughts.
Right. So I'm sure you've heard this. If you're single, if you have single friends, there's no single people in Minneapolis. Everybody's dating each other. Everybody's married. It's so not true. Maybe if you're going to the same bar or the same restaurant or the same coffee shop, you're only seeing those married people, but there are so many single people in the Twin Cities. We have clients joining It's Just Lunch every day saying, where are all the single people? Introduce me to them.
They're here.
Right.
They're here.
They're
there.
You also said to reorganize your routine.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. Different restaurants, bars. Right.
Okay.
So everyone
Switch it up.
is doing the exact same thing, expecting to meet someone. You can't do that if you're still doing the same routine every single day.
How do you mix it up, though, if it's a place you're comfortable with?
Right. So take inventory of what you do. First off, where do you go in the morning for coffee? Which gym do you go to? If you're a Lifetime Fitness member, for instance, don't keep going to St. Louis Park. Mix it up. Maybe go to the Maple Grove location. There's single people that want to talk to you when you get off that treadmill, believe it or not.
That's how my sister-in-law met her husband.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love
She was running, and he said, I have to go. I have to know her.
I love that.
And now they're married.
Good.
Yeah.
When you're out with girlfriends, go to a different restaurant. When you're running around the lakes, pick a different lake. I've talked before on bringing your dog out. It's a great conversation
That's an icebreaker for sure.
Oh, yeah. If you have a dog, I know that is quite a magnet.
Right. So mix it up. Don't keep doing the same thing.
And then dust off your date chatter. What does that mean?
Exactly. So when you're on a date, stop interviewing each other. Again, It's Just Lunch. We look through everything. We interview the men or women before they go on a date. So we've handled all that just to see if there's chemistry. But if you're on a date on your own, do not sit there and ask them their job history, their relationship history. Make it fun. See if there's chemistry in the relationship.
What kind of questions would you recommend asking them? Because those are, to me, that's the easiest way to get to know someone.
Right.
Okay, what do you do?
Right.
What movies do you like?
Yes. Well, what movies do you like? That's great.
That's better.
What you do for fun? What are you doing this weekend? What's your favorite place you've traveled?
So not your resume.
Exactly.
What are your interests?
Right. Not what's your, political stance, what religion are you, what's your job? None of that.
Yeah, maybe wait on that one for
wait
sure.
on that, and do
makes a lot
more
of
light, lighthearted topics to get to know each other.
Stephanie, you're so great. Thank you for coming in. I think this is really good advice. And when you have good weather like today, you really feel like it's time to get out on those patios, all that stuff. So thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Great tips.